It has been for a little drive on the flat surfaces up and down in a paddock, and it appears to accelerate a lot better than it did before. It would appear I was able to fix it now by adjusting the carburetor linkages to give it more fuel at the start. So the fuel from the accelerator pump starts as soon as the accelerator is pressed and continues through a full stroke as quick as possible. Presently idling at about 500 or 600 RPM, nice and smooth. It is charging about 32 pounds per square inch for the fuel pressure, for the oil pressure. 32 pounds per square inch. It has now been warmed up and driven and is now idling 32 pounds per square inch for the oil pressure. It is charging about 12.5 volts, it only is at idle, and it's idling at about 500 or 600 RPM, so it's doing quite well. For a car that's done 83,595 miles. So it is idling a lot better. And that's from idle to acceleration. One of the key features was actually adjusting the linkage so that the accelerator pump operated as soon as possible and also got a full stroke of fuel. I also had to restrict the airflow to otherwise the vacuum, it did not draw enough fuel. So I had to restrict the airflow by attaching the air filter, this top cover. So I had to attach this in order for it to work. If that actually comes off, then it will die and suffer and splatter under idle, under acceleration. This is showing the adjustment that I made. I had to modify the linkage for the accelerator pump so that I drilled an extra hole closer to the center of the pivot. So you can see one hole to the right and the one I'm using is one to the left. I actually made that hole. That removed the slack that was in the system over time, so that as soon as the accelerator pump as soon as the accelerator is pressed, the accelerator pump is pressing fuel in and is also as high as possible. The previous linkage was actually actuating straight away, but it was already about a fifth or maybe a sixth of the way down as it sat. So it meant I was only getting 5/5 of a dose of fuel. So now I get the whole amount. When testing the timing light on number 4 cylinder, the camera may not show it, but this light operates all the time, even though the frames per second of the camera might actually show it's a fault. So under acceleration, both under centrifugal advance for the distributor and also the vacuum advance, which kicks in straight away, it isn't actually failing, so there's no short in the distributor. That slight splutter is to be expected, considering it is a 1968 car going from idle to full acceleration. But it no longer cuts out, and it used to actually cut out even under half acceleration. So, a big improvement. The next thing I need to do, now that I know it is running okay, is to remove the radiator and flush it out, because there was some rust scale in the radiator pipe there, or actually the lower one. I've also got a core kit to actually run through the side of the block, so I need to actually pop out the cores and empty out the rust scale and flush it out. I'll also adjust the handbrake, and I need to get the windscreen wipers so they press hard on the glass. At the moment the springs are a bit old. But apart from that, it will be ready to take to retro.